back to the AUSPACK Files, live from the AUSPACK 2022 exhibition floor. And I'm joined by Robert and Joseph. Gentlemen, welcome to the segment.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, yeah.
Now, Robert, you're with heating control.
That's right.
But we're not going to talk about air conditioning and heating.
No, please don't. We do have a lot of grannies ringing us up in the office saying, can you help me with my air conditioner? And I'm saying I really would love to, but we don't do air conditioning.
Awesome. And Joseph, you're from Key Technology.
That's correct.
And yep, by your accent, you've come a long way for this show.
That's right. Yep. It was a long flight.
Yes. Yeah, I've gone back and forth to the US a number of times. And yep.
And actually, this is his first time in Australia too.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It's been fantastic. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, and you've realized we're not all Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not all fighting kangaroos and...
Yeah, no, we saved that for Saturday. So, gentlemen, we're here to talk about inspection systems, and
That's right.
And so obviously using inspection to make sure everything's within form, fit, and function, and so on.
Yep.
So, Robert, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, sure. Look, it's an area that's grown within our business, and I've brought in different products over the years as our customers have required different technologies. So, we've been doing X-ray, for example, since the early 90s.
Yep.
One of the first companies to do it. But what our customers learned very quickly is you can't find everything with X-ray. Initially, people in the salad industry thought we could find wood and hair and snails and frogs. And unfortunately, X-ray is really looking at a comparison of density and a gray scale. It's either black or white or thereof. And so a really good fundamental method if people are looking at what technology to use to inspect their products is bulk density of 1. If you could have a bucket of water and you put that contaminant in the water, if it floats, you ain't going to find it. If it falls, you're going to find it.
Right. Okay.
So
I imagine it'd be good for finding bits of metal and things like that. But
metal,
wood and hair.
Yeah, or even calcification, like if a shell of a snail is calcified, you can find it.
Yep.
But if it's other than that, you can't. So that's where we then looked at other technologies such as Key, where you have laser and camera systems. And we actually can then distinguish the contaminants, these different contaminants like plastic and wood and other things, stone, through a sorting system.
So it's not a vision, it's a laser-based system.
Oh, both.
It does both, yeah.
Okay.
We've got optical and laser sensors that can identify different product types depending on what the requirement is. It can be even an embedded piece of shell in the product that is going to show up different with the sensors that we have available than the good product. And so we'll be able to eject that out of the good product stream.
And the other advantage is using a key sorter, for example, for doing lettuce and salad, is you look at burnt edges. Because when people you buy a pre-packed convenient salad mix.
Try saying that 3 times in a hurry.
Obviously you pick it up off the shelf, and if it looks wilted or if it looks burnt, I don't want that one, and they put it aside. So customers are now looking, and even with things like iceberg, where you've got shredded iceberg, we're looking for core. Because when they shred a lettuce head, the core actually gets shredded at the same time. They don't decore it.
Oh, right. Okay.
And so therefore they use the sorter to take that core section out, which people don't want.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's interesting. This technology
is
it's really grown and advanced over all these years.
So are you using machine learning to learn to recognize good from bad?
That's right, yeah. We can train the machine to be able to recognize what the customer is looking for and wanting to remove out of there, and have it be a lot more adaptable to those changing requirements that, have minor changes in those rejects. But
And initial technology used to rely on the operator. The software systems have really become more and more sophisticated. So initially, you needed to have a highly skilled operator to be able to adjust the machine and fine tune it. Because the other thing when you're doing this inspection systems, especially with lettuce or a product, these inspection systems can be used for inspecting nuts, lettuces, any bulk density
Yep.
French
products,
fries,
French fries,
Wow.
potato chips.
potato chips.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to get a burnt piece
Yeah.
of potato, so they inspect for that and throw it out. You don't want the operator adjusting things because it could actually reject
Mhm.
good product,
Or
it could miss
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
So a lot of the software systems are now developing into more intelligent systems to learn and identify things. I mean, that's the challenge in the
Yeah.
long term.
Yeah, and doing that machine learning and training it and making sure you're giving it the right inputs to learn from, and complex.
It is.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, I imagine you're not looking from one side. I'm guessing you're looking from multiple angles.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the benefits of the technology is that it's doing what we call in-air sorting. So you're not, you know, in some cases you can have belt degradation, which can affect the way that the software or that the sensors view the product. And when you remove it off the belt, you don't have the that issue anymore. And so it allows us to view the product 360 degrees around it and get really good contrast with the lights and the sensors that we have. Be able to recognize any of those defects that we've been talking about, and
or contaminants as well.
Yeah.
some of those snail shells that or foreign
Stone.
material that can't be recognized other ways. You know, it's
Or the famous green snake and the mixed lettuce leaves and things like that. Yeah.
Oh no, we've got photos of these little frogs looking up out of the bag. That's for sure.
Wow. I'm happy here. Don't take me away. There's no flies.
that's right.
So that's pretty impressive technology. So you're getting the multi-angles, you've got the multispectral kind of looks, and the machine learning all going on. So, yeah.
And the impressive thing is that, like with shredded lettuce, what it's about 2.5 ton per hour, 1.5 to 2.5 ton per hour.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Of
That's a lot of lettuce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But traditionally, they're maybe a ton.
Yeah, we can do pretty high capacities and process that efficiently still. And
Yeah.
And
get those
traditionally,
rejects
a lot
out.
of this was done with inspection tables.
Yeah. And
So
people
you'd
were
have
using gloved hands and everything.
Women looking at, or traditionally women, because
Yeah.
they've got fine fingers. Not that we're being sexist here. I
Well,
apologize.
They
to
were the
anybody
first ever
listening.
programmers because they were telephone switch exchange operators, and they were very fast at
Yeah.
plugging and unplugging.
But
So,
I mean, we learned this when we did X-ray inspection for fish
Okay.
fillets.
Yep.
And in Thailand, for example, again, they use female workers not because they're sexist or anything,
Yep.
but because they have very fine sensitivity and touch,
Yep.
and they can actually feel for the bone
Oh, wow.
in the fillet.
That's impressive.
And but of course, a lot of that's been replaced with X-ray technology. But again, the thickness of the fillet
Yep.
against the bone density
Yeah.
determines whether you can see it or not.
Yep. Exactly.
And, the best we could do was 1 mil diameter by 7 mil long fish bone
Okay.
in a very thin fillet, a
Yeah.
10 mil
Hmm.
thick piece of fillet.
But with the new technology, was that with the new tech, or was it?
No, that's well.
that was
look,
the X-ray.
there-
Yeah.
With X-ray, look, there's a limit. Any technology, there's a limit.
Yeah.
And you know what we try and do when we sell something to a client, we need to understand what they want to inspect.
Yep.
And we're very credible. Well, we're very honest in trying to look at what their needs are and what is realistic.
Yep.
And then we just bring to the table what is achievable, and then it's up to them to decide this is going to be viable in a cost-effective way for our business,
Yep.
or it's not.
Okay. So how
Yeah.
long have both groups been working together?
We've been working together since 2018.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
they're
well, we were actually back in the 80s. We were manufacturing under license,
Okay.
the key technology in Australia, and then around about the beginning of the 90s, Key went off and did their own thing, and now we're back together again.
yeah.
Relationships can be like that sometimes.
right. Marriages can be like
Yeah. Well, gents, it's great to have you on the show. Is there anything you'd like to say at the end as we're wrapping up? Any last comments on this?
You know, it's been great to be here at the show and be working together. Like Robert said, this is my first time here in
Yeah.
Australia, and being here with the team, being able to work in person with customers, seeing how, you know, we're able to work together and get those needs of the customers taken care of. And that's a really important part of the process, right? Is just recognizing the customer needs, listening to them, and being able to help them identify the solutions, working together, being a partner with any clients that are willing to work with us instead of any other way. You know, we got to both be successful, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, for me, it's just great to be back face to face with clients
Yeah.
after 3 years of isolation, especially being in Victoria, and we were locked up for so long. We had the longest, lock up for than anywhere in the
days. I think
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
You know, and we couldn't go more than 5 kilometers from your house.
Yep.
And I've got a boat, so it's really frustrating. I'd sometimes get in the garage, sit in the boat, run the engine, put a rod out the side, and reminisce.
And catch a mouse.
So it's really good to connect with our clients again, face to face, and
absolutely.
and even to get networking with all the other companies again. So it's
been
good to be back.
It's been a common theme of all the people I've chatted to here.
Yeah.
So everyone's happy to be back. Well, gentlemen.
No, thank you. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk.
Thank you.
No worries. Well, Robert, Joseph, thanks for coming on the show. And
It's a pleasure.
We'll wrap it up here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
All the best.
Thanks, you too. And thanks to our audience who have been listening in. We'll be back soon with another discussion on the AUSPACK files. So stay tuned to this channel.